In the midst of heightened political tension and the looming shadow of a potential second term for former President Donald Trump, a major development has unfolded. FBI Director Christopher Wray has announced his resignation, 2 years earlier than expected. This decision has sparked waves of controversy, questions, and concerns regarding the future of the FBI and its role in American democracy. Why is Wray stepping down so suddenly, and what does this mean for the integrity of federal law enforcement and intelligence agencies? At first glance, the resignation of a government official is often a routine affair. However, in this case, it is anything but ordinary. Wray's departure comes amid mounting pressure from MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump himself, who have long been critical of the FBI's actions, particularly regarding investigations into Trump's conduct. As the clock ticks down on the Biden administration and the potential return of Trump to the White House, Wray's exit is raising alarms. But is this just another move in Trump's ongoing campaign to reshape the institutions that he believes have wronged him, or is it part of a larger, more concerning shift in the power dynamics within the U.S. government? In this video, we will explore the circumstances surrounding Christopher Wray's resignation, the growing influence of MAGA Republicans in shaping the direction of federal agencies, and the controversial figure of Kash Patel, who may replace Wray as FBI director. What does this overhaul mean for the future of American democracy, and how will it affect the balance between law enforcement, the intelligence community, and the political establishment? The rise of MAGA's influence, targeting the FBI. Christopher Wray's tenure as FBI director has been marked by political turbulence. Appointed by President Donald Trump in 2017, Wray initially earned praise from Trump for his professionalism and qualifications. At the time, Trump described him as impeccably qualified and a model of integrity. Wray's early years as FBI director, however, were overshadowed by investigations that were deeply uncomfortable for Trump, most notably the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election and the subsequent impeachment trials. As President Trump's legal battles intensified, particularly around the classified documents case at Mar-a-Lago and the investigation into the January 6th Capitol insurrection, the relationship between Trump and the FBI soured. Wray, along with the Department of Justice, played a crucial role in these investigations, which only fueled Trump's frustration. His resentment toward Wray reached a boiling point when, in the summer of 2022, federal agents executed a search warrant at Mar-a-Lago, leading to the discovery of classified documents that Trump had failed to return. Trump's reaction was swift and public, casting Wray and the FBI as part of a deep state conspiracy aimed at undermining his presidency. From that moment on, Trump and his allies sought to dismantle any institution that they perceived as being hostile to his political survival, and the FBI was at the top of that list. The pressure from MAGA Republicans only grew stronger over the years, with numerous senators and right-wing figures calling for Wray's removal. In this climate of growing animosity, Wray's decision to step down became inevitable. The pressure campaign, MAGA Republicans, and Trump's influence on the FBI. It is no secret that Donald Trump has used his political influence to challenge the structures of the federal government that he believes have worked against him. The FBI, as an investigative arm of the government, has been particularly vulnerable to attack. MAGA Republicans have consistently portrayed the FBI as a politicized agency working against conservative interests, and Trump himself has often echoed these sentiments, claiming that the FBI was unfairly targeting him and his supporters. This narrative reached a fever pitch during the investigation into the January 6th insurrection. As the FBI uncovered links between the violence at the Capitol and Trump's rhetoric, the former president and his allies lashed out at the agency. The FBI's actions were painted as part of a broader effort to undermine Trump's political career and tarnish his reputation. In this context, the pressure to replace Wray became part of a larger effort to clean house within federal agencies and appoint loyalists who would protect Trump's interests. Trump's desire for control over the FBI is not just about getting rid of those who have investigated him, but about reshaping the institution itself. This is where Kash Patel comes into play. A former Trump administration official, Patel has become a symbol of the new MAGA vision for the FBI. Kash Patel, a controversial figure in Trump's FBI overhaul. When news broke that Trump was considering Kash Patel to replace Christopher Wray, the response was swift and polarized. Kash Patel, a former aide to Congressman Devin Nunes and a key player in the Trump administration's efforts to discredit the Russia investigation, is no stranger to controversy. Patel's political views align closely with the MAGA movement, and he has made no secret of his disdain for the intelligence community, including the FBI. Patel has openly expressed his belief that the FBI is part of a deep state's conspiracy, and he has even suggested that the FBI should be drastically restructured or dismantled. In interviews, he has proposed turning the FBI's headquarters into a museum and relocating its operations to the field, framing the agency's core functions as being better suited to local police work. Patel's statements have drawn criticism from both within and outside of the political establishment, with many questioning his qualifications to lead the FBI and his understanding of its vital role in national security. Despite these concerns, Trump supporters see Patel as a true ally who will reshape the FBI to reflect their values. Under Patel's leadership, they believe the FBI would no longer be a tool of the political establishment, but an agency focused on serving the interests of the American people, as defined by Trump and his followers. However, critics warn that Patel's appointment would politicize the FBI even further, turning it into a partisan weapon rather than an impartial law enforcement agency. The implications of Trump's FBI overhaul: national security at risk? The potential appointment of Kash Patel as FBI director is not just a question of political loyalty. It has serious implications for national security and the integrity of the FBI's work. The FBI plays a crucial role in protecting the United States from foreign and domestic threats, gathering intelligence, and investigating major crimes. If Patel were to take over, many fear that his lack of experience and controversial views could undermine the agency's ability to carry out these critical functions. Furthermore, Patel's aggressive stance against the intelligence community raises concerns about his ability to manage the complex relationships between the FBI, other intelligence agencies, and law enforcement bodies. Under Wray's leadership, the FBI maintained a professional, nonpartisan approach to its work, even when faced with significant political pressure. Patel's approach, however, could transform the agency into a tool of political retribution, leaving the American public vulnerable to threats both at home and abroad. Christopher Wray's resignation is a pivotal moment in the ongoing battle between the Trump administration's loyalists and the institutions of American democracy. While Wray's departure may seem like a routine personnel change, it is part of a larger trend of political interference in federal agencies. Trump's relentless attacks on the FBI and the intelligence community have created a climate in which only those who align with his ideology can survive in key positions of power. The potential rise of Kash Patel as FBI director represents a dangerous shift in how the agency may operate in the future. If appointed, Patel would bring a highly partisan approach to an institution that has traditionally prided itself on its independence. This overhaul could have far-reaching consequences, not only for the FBI but for the nation's ability to uphold the rule of law and protect national security. As we watch this story unfold, it is clear that the future of the FBI and other federal institutions is at a crossroads. The coming years will determine whether the United States can maintain a system of checks and balances, or if it will succumb to the influence of political factions determined to reshape the government to suit their own agenda. The battle for the soul of the FBI is just one piece of a much larger struggle over the direction of the nation's democracy. This moment in history will serve as a crucial test for the resilience of American democratic institutions. The American people must ask themselves, what kind of country do we want to live in? One that values integrity, the rule of law, and democratic principles, or one that sacrifices these ideals for the sake of political power? The answer to this question will determine the future of the FBI, the intelligence community, and the very foundation of American democracy itself.